Hey guys, so today I'm actually going to be doing a baking video. I have my things set up here for the first recipe I'm going to be doing. These are fall-inspired vegan treats. So we are going to be making a pumpkin bread, a zebra popcorn, I think that's what it's called. It's like chocolate covered popcorn type of thing. And then a spiced tea mix, which is something that my family makes every holiday season for as long as I can remember. So I hope you enjoy these recipes and make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you know every time I upload. And let's get on to the video. So we're going to start out with the pumpkin bread. Now to start, you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Let me go do that. I totally forgot. I have my most favorite measuring cups ever. They are copper. They're beautiful. They're from TJ Maxx, I think. And now we're going to start out with the dry ingredients. So you're going to get 4.5 cups of flour. Making puffs of flour. Alright, so we have our flour. Now we're going to add 3 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1.5 teaspoons cinnamon, 1.5 teaspoons nutmeg, and 4 cups of sugar. Now we are going to mix this all together. Trying to be very careful not to spill. I spilled. Alright, so we are going to set this aside in a smaller bowl. I hope this is big enough. I don't know. I'm gonna go with it. I don't know if this is big enough bowl, but yes, 1 cup of water, 1.5 cups oil. Our pumpkin, I use the Libby's pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie, just pumpkin puree. We're gonna get 3 cups of this. This is almost full, so I'm gonna mix this and then we'll add our flax egg, which is what makes this vegan. We're just gonna mix it all. Doesn't look the most appetizing right now, but it'll taste good. Alright, so it's easier to mix, so we're gonna add the flax egg now. So you're gonna take 6 flax eggs, and if you don't know what a flax egg is, it's just 1 tablespoon of flax meal and 2 tablespoons of water. And then once you have it mixed together, you just let it sit for at least 5 minutes. So this is what mine looks like. It's a little bit jiggly. Ooh. And we're gonna mix that in. That falls off the edge because there's no raw egg. So, oh god, this is heavy. Let me get pictures for my blog. I am making a blog post of each recipe as well. Check it out. Alright, I'm going to attempt to put this into these. They are about even. I've got 2 large loaves here, and you're going to be cooking these for an hour. If you are using small loaf pans, you're going to be cooking them for 45 minutes. So our pumpkin bread is out of the oven. I ended up cooking it for an hour and 15 minutes. So definitely poke it with something, see if it comes out clean. Then I let it cool in the pans for about 10 minutes before taking them out. They are cool, and I really want to try it, so I think I'm going to do that right now. I think it's delicious. Definitely try out this recipe. It is by far my favorite of this video. Okay, so this next recipe is going to be for the spiced tea. Like I said before, my family has been making this for as long as I can remember, and it is vegan. It is very, very good in my opinion, and I'm going to be putting it directly into this little container here. It is from World Market. World Market is an amazing place to get containers like this. Yes, this is a very processed drink. It has tang, it has lemonade, instant tea, all that good stuff, and a mountain of sugar. So, we're first going to start out with the tang. Now you're going to be using 2 cups of tang. Oh yeah, I remember that. I don't know if you can see puff smoke. Now we're going to take 6 ounces of lemonade. So basically, way back in the day, I guess this came in just like a little 6-ounce container. So 6 ounces is equivalent to 12 tablespoons. And this is just instant lemonade. Doesn't have to be this brand. This is just what the store had. We're gonna take 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of ground cloves, 3/4 cup of instant tea, and last but not least, 2 cups of sugar. Look at that. I feel like I did one of those like sand art videos. So now we're just going to mix this up. What I love about this recipe is that it's great for gifts. If you just take a little bit of this in a mason jar, tie it with some twine, add a little Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. It's just the perfect little gift to give. When I give little gifts like that, I always write out the brewing instructions. There's a clang. So this one does call for just a cup of hot water and you add 2 heaping teaspoons to it, but you can always add more because I always add more. So there you have it. Super, super simple. Just spiced tea, great for gifts for the holidays, and in my opinion, it is great for fall and for Christmas. When my family does finally make this in the year, I know it's going into the holiday season. This will also be on my blog. I will link it down below, the written out instructions, as well as some photos. Now we're going to be doing the popcorn, and we're going to start by making our little pecan glaze. You're just going to take a baking sheet, put wax paper, and set it aside. So to start, you're just going to add your 2 tablespoons of sugar, your 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and look how perfect it looks. So beautiful. 1 teaspoon cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt. I ran out of bowls, that's why it is put in this, but it is half a teaspoon. And then 2 tablespoons of oil. Basically, you're going to cook this until it becomes like a glaze, and then you're going to add 1.5 cups of pecans, and I did a mixture of quarters and halves. So let me cook that up real fast. And when they're done cooking, you're just gonna put them onto the baking sheet and let that cool for about an hour. All right, so now we're gonna make the popcorn. So I have popped a half a cup of popcorn here, and I put it on a baking sheet with some wax paper, set that aside, and then into my pot, I am going to be putting 1 cup of brown sugar, a half cup Earth Balance, a half cup peanut butter, creamy peanut butter to be specific, 1 tablespoon corn syrup, half a teaspoon salt, and half a teaspoon baking soda. Right, I'm going to mix this a little bit just before I put it on the stove. And then you just want to cook it till it melts down. And then you're going to drizzle it over the popcorn, but I'm actually going to add in some of the pecans before you drizzle it over. So before I even cook that, I'm going to be adding the pecans right now. And I'm just going to kind of crumble them a bit more over time. Alright, so this is basically what it looks like. Now I'm going to cook this and then drizzle it over top. And I'm also taking a vegan candy bar. This is just a dark chocolate one. I'm going to microwave it till it melts. Drizzle that on top as well. So I will be back when this is melted. So you have it pretty mixed up before it cools. Now we're going to microwave our candy bar. So I ended up microwaving it for a minute, and we're just going to drizzle it over top. Alright, I had to turn the light on, so lighting drastically different. But there you have it. It is all good to go. I'm just gonna let this cool for about an hour, and then you have popcorn, vegan, chocolatey goodness. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you make any of these recipes. If you post any pictures, make sure to tag me in them on Instagram, Jamie.Photo. I hope you had fun watching me experiment with new vegan options. This pumpkin bread is so good. And head over to my blog if you want to see the written out instructions of every recipe, share the blog post, like this video, all that good stuff. But yes, I'm going to go now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.